Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. But today I have another special guest, an American special guest, and his name is
Josh. Hi, my name is Josh. I'm from the United States.
Yes, of course, his name is Josh. Pero el pana sabe hablar un poquito de español, ¿ok? ¿Puedes presentarte por favor en español para nosotros, para los que no saben?
Thank you, Juan. Hola, soy Joshua. Yo estoy estudiando español para mi vida y mi trabajo. Yo tengo muchos clientes hispanohablantes. It's a new word for me. Hispanohablantes. And I'm really wanting to communicate with my clients. They a lot of them are only Spanish speaking, and I'd really love to be able to communicate with them better, you know?
Well, that's great, man. Okay, so you are from St. Louis, Missouri, in the United States. And yes, I know you maybe know about California, Florida, Texas, and New York, but Missouri and St. Louis are not that very popular city for us. So if you can tell us a little bit about your city, that would be great, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Missouri is very beautiful. A lot of the outdoors of Missouri is very underrated. A lot of people don't spend much time in Missouri exploring, but it has a lot to offer. We have a lot of rivers and valleys and mountains and water. We have a lot of water, believe it or not, with Lake of the Ozarks and Johnston Shut-ins and Castor Falls. But then we also have some mountains. Like I've hiked a mountain that's about an hour south of here, and it's a beautiful mountain. So Missouri has some really cool outdoors areas and features that you should, one, if you get a second, you should take a look, man. And obviously the people watching, they should also take a look.
Okay, so let's dive into American slangs. And I'm sure most of you are gonna recognize or guess all these slangs, the meaning of all these slangs, because most of you and most of the series and films are American movies, American series, and we usually use that to to learn English. So it's not gonna be something really insane or crazy to understand, because maybe all of you have heard about these slangs before. So, sin nada más que decir.
Yeah, absolutely, man. One of the first ones is what's up. So what's up kind of is, the best way to describe it is like meeting somebody. So if you're talking to someone and wanting to catch up with them, you'll say, hey, what's up? How are you? How have you been? What have you been up to? What's up? So that's definitely one we use pretty often. Next one I have was valid. We say, oh, that's valid, or that's valid. Valid. It kind of is, again, motivating the person you're talking to. I don't know how to explain it. Someone tells you something, they're like, oh yeah, I just did a marathon. Like, that's my first marathon. You're like, dude, that's valid, that's awesome, that's super, super cool. Or kind of agreeing with something in a manner where you're proud of it. So someone could show you, again, a painting, like we talked about a second ago, and you would say, oh, that painting's valid, that's really cool. It's a very good way to express to your friends, that's true, that's good, I like that a lot. Another one of slang that we say is dope. We say dope, or fire, or gas, or that's cool. All of these can kind of be used to describe something we like. So I'll say, someone will be like, oh yeah, this is something I made, it's a piece of art, and I'll go, oh, that's dope, that's super cool. Or I'll go like, oh yeah, that's gas, that's fire, that's really cool. It's a nice way to hype up your friends, you know what I mean? And it can be very useful for complimenting or making people feel like you really care about the things they're showing you. Another one me and my buddies say pretty often is trying to hang. So if both of us are bored, we'll kind of text each other and be like, hey, like, I'm not doing anything, you trying to hang? It means hang out, you want to spend time together, you want to, you want to go do something. Let's either go to someone's house, let's go get some food, Let's go explore. Let's go to the woods. Let's go to the mall. Let's go shopping. Let's go do something. You trying to hang? Another good one is laid back. If someone's laid back, they don't get very stressed easily. You can usually put them in high stress situations, or they don't really get very angry. Someone's laid back. Laid back means to lay back. So even in stressful situations, they're the person that's relaxing. They aren't really stressed out. They kind of are just enjoying. And that it's pretty relevant to flexible, because the people that are flexible are usually pretty laid back. If someone's not picky on time, or someone isn't, very like, we need to go at this time or else I'm going to be like worried, it's not going to work, I'm not going to have time. Usually someone who's like, anytime works for me. It's the same person that's laid back, because they're very go with the flow, and not very stressed. Flexible. Flexible is another one we say pretty often. You can say it to describe yourself or to describe someone else. If someone were to be like, what time you want to hang out tonight? What time you want to spend time together? What time you want to go to dinner? And you're available, or choosing a time or being very time oriented isn't a big deal to you, you could say I'm flexible, which basically means anything works for me. I can move in any direction. I can go at any time, whatever you need. You can also describe it about somebody. You could say, oh, they're a pretty flexible person. And what that means is, if plans change, if stuff happens, they can usually make their schedule work for it. Or no matter what time you usually pick, they are always available. They're flexible people. They'll work around that. One of the weird ones again was for real. We'll say like, for real? No way. And so we'll say that whenever someone's telling like a story, and we usually agree with them. We're not doubting them, but it's kind of to like affirm them. If I'm telling you something and I'm like, yeah, man, and then I eat like 6 quesadillas. You're like, no way. For real? Are you like, for real? It's doubt. You usually trust the person. You don't usually think they're actually lying. But you're like, for real? Like, no way, you're lying. For real? So that's one we use pretty often. Another one is no way. We'll say like, no way, as I just was saying with for real. That one's usually in a conversation again to like kind of hype the person you're talking to up. So they'll be like, yeah, dude, like I just left, I just had dinner, had a good day, and then I went to the gym and I hit a new weight maximum, or back on that marathon example I was talking about earlier. Someone would be like, yeah, I just finished my first marathon. You'd be like, no way. Like, you don't actually doubt them. You're like, no way, dude, like that's great, no way. One of the more funny ones, actually, that we say is she bad. Whenever we're talking about like a female, if we think they look very pretty or attractive, say like, dang, she's bad, like bad. And that's really funny, obviously, because bad would mean bad. But what it actually means is she's attractive. Pretty weird. Yeah, absolutely. One of the more normal ones we say a lot of the time is hit the road. And we'll say hit the road, or you trying to get going, you trying to leave, you ready to roll. A lot of these are phrases that we use to say like, to get going, to leave. Usually what we'll say it as is like, you're hanging out with a friend, you guys have been talking about doing something for a while, it's like, all right, we need to get going. Like, you wanna roll, you wanna head out, and what that means is like, let's leave, let's go do something else.
Okay, Joshua, thank you so much for being with me today in this video. Thank you so much appreciated. And guys, please subscribe. Oh well, I think my partner here can do that in Spanish.
Yeah, of course, man. Now be patient with me, I'm still learning. But denle me gusta, comenten y suscribirse.
And see you guys. See you next time. Ciao.